Hey, what's up everybody? The January leaks are here for the year 2025, and in this video I'm going to go over everything to know for the Tsums coming up in the next year. But before I do that, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I hope you guys got all of the Tsums that you wanted in 2024. But I'm putting in good vibes for you guys in the year 2025, and I'm really hoping for Kingdom Hearts Tsums to really come back this year. Alright, so let's take a look at what's available in the month of January. To start things off, we will have two different events. The main event is going to be Tsum Tsum Adventure 2. And this event is going to start towards the end of the month here in the month of December. And there's going to be a total of 7 different stages. It's going to be like a retro gaming vibe, so I'm really looking forward to that. We already had Tsum Tsum Adventure 1 where we got a lot of Brave Goofies and Brave Mickeys. So this is the part 2 of that. And then towards the end of the month, we're going to get Tsum Tsum Ferris Wheel. So very similar to the Halloween event where we got the Ferris Wheel where you can only use 1 Tsum per card. It's exactly the same thing, but it's going to be 6 different stages, and there's going to be some cool prizes that come along with it as well. So those are going to be our 2 main events for the month of January. And before I go any further, if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums, do monthly leaks, or go over the selection box and pick up capsules, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your subscription is greatly appreciated. And if you guys are looking for a community of Tsum Tsum players, you might also be interested in my Discord server. On the Discord server, you can ask for help, trade hearts, discuss different characters to use, strategies, or just talk about the game in general. You can scan this QR code on the screen to join the Discord server. I will also have invite links in the video description down below as well. Okay, now let's take a look at the new Tsums that are going to be available for the month of January. So like I mentioned, we're going to get the Tsum Tsum Adventure 2, but also we're going to get Winnie the Pooh series. So they're going to combine 2 different series in the month of January to give us this collection of Tsums. And we're going to have a total of 3 lucky times. The first one is going to start roughly towards the end of this month, and it's going to end on January the 5th. And then also towards the middle of the month, we're going to get the Winnie and the Pooh series. And then at the end of the month, we're going to get a chance to get all of the new Tsums that are available. So just like any other month, we're going to get that same type of timeline. And if you're wondering when exactly these Tsums will come out and when the selection boxes and pickup capsules are going to be, definitely come to the Discord server. Someone on the Discord server always posts a calendar to these events. Alright, so let's take a look at the new Tsums that are going to be out, starting with Tsum Tsum Adventure 2. The first one is going to be Brave Minnie, and her ability description is clear Tsums in the center when connected 3 times. And keep in mind, these Tsums are going to be new and limited edition, meaning that they are going to go away if you don't get them in the month of January. They eventually will come back in the selection boxes or pickup capsule, but if you want to guarantee yourself to get a copy of them, now is the time. They're not going to end up in the premium boxes, at least for now, but they will come back in the selection boxes or pickup capsule. And then the second Tsum here is going to be Mage Clarice. Mage Clarice's ability description is clear Tsums in a few spots and in a zigzag. So this is a very similar Tsum to some of the ones that we already have, but usually when they get released, the animation might look slightly different. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see what the animation really looks like. And then finally, we have Archer Daisy. The ability description for Archer Daisy is clear Tsums in a vertical swipe from top to bottom. So we'll have to see how these Tsums will perform, but I'm actually kind of excited about these 3. Generally speaking, the adventure Tsums are pretty good, so we'll have to see when they actually come out. And then in the middle of the month, we're going to get Winnie the Pooh series. And for this series, we're going to get 2 new Tsums, the first one being Rainy Day Pooh. The ability description is clear Tsums from the bottom of the screen. So I'm curious if this is going to be a Tsum that's going to be good for combos. A lot of the Pooh Bears Tsums are pretty good for combos, so we'll have to see. And then finally, we have Rainy Christopher Robin. The ability description is turn Tsums into high scoring Pooh Tsums. They can be cleared with Robin. So one of those higher scoring Tsums that could be connected with multiple different Tsums. Generally speaking, good for high score, not great for coins. But like I said, we'll take a closer look at them once they become officially available in the international version. Moving on to our selection boxes, and for this month we're going to get a total of 3 different selection boxes, and all 3 of the selection boxes will have 12 different Tsums in them. Starting with this first selection box, we're going to have Brave Mickey, and then our pair Tsum Rapunzel and Pascal, Adventure Ariel, Dastardly Cruella, Masquerade Hades, Bunny, Clawhauser, Meilin, Tamatoa, Hamm, Queen of Hearts, and Ursula. So these are going to be our 12. Now if you are looking for a Tsum that's good for missions here in this selection box, the best one is going to be Brave Mickey. Brave Mickey is going to be a good bubble maker. Brave Mickey does have 3 different abilities. If you're wondering what the animation looks like, I do have a video covering that on my channel, so check that out. But Brave Mickey will have a ability that's really good for bubbles. Now unfortunately that's pretty much it in terms of good for missions. But if you're looking for a good coin earner, there's a lot of good options in here. So if you want a good coin earner, this first selection box is one that you want to pay attention to, as well as the third selection box. Now if you're wondering which Tsums to pay attention to in terms of coin earnings, you want to focus on Tamatoa, Hamm, Brave Mickey, Adventure Ariel, and Rapunzel and Pascal, the pair Tsum. Those are going to be the 5 that's going to put you in the top 100. So if you are looking for a coin earner, those are going to be the 5 you want to focus on. Now let's take a look at the second selection box. In this second selection box, we have Charm Flower Cinderella, Scheming Jafar, Charm Pooh, Dancer Esmeralda, Parade Alice, Brave Donald, Pastel Ariel, Luca, Paguro, Raya, Pooh, Fairy Godmother, and Mage. Now this second selection box actually has a lot of top 100 Tsums in here, and has some pretty good options if you are looking for a good coin earner. Now if you are looking for a Tsum that's good for mission, you definitely want to get Pooh, because Pooh is a really good Tsum that makes a lot of big Tsums. And because of that, she's also good for making long chains as well. Another Tsum in here that's good for mission is going to be Dancer Esmeralda, and she's going to be a good bubble maker. Now in terms of coin earnings, there's a lot of Tsums in here that are good for coins. So some that you want to pay attention to is Raya, Brave Donald, Charm Pooh, Scheming Jafar, Charm Flower Cinderella, Dancer Esmeralda, and Pastel Ariel. Those are going to be Tsums that are going to be in my top 100 list. So if you are looking to get a good coin earner, those are going to be your options. So you have a lot of options in here, so not a bad way to start the year 2025. Now moving on to the last selection box, and this is one you definitely don't want to miss. If you are looking for a really good coin earner that you can use at all times, you really want to pay attention to this selection box. And I highly recommend you to try to get at least 1 copy of Charm Rugby Mickey. This is going to be a Tsum in here that you definitely don't want to miss out. And the other 11 Tsums include Charm Rescue Ranger Dale, Kabuto Goofy, Scheming Pete, Lovely Clarice, Strawberry Minnie, Rescue Ranger Gadget, Clarabelle, Musketeer Donald, Dancing Chip, Kimono Daisy, and Scrooge. So unfortunately, nothing in here is that good for coins with the exception of Charm Rugby Mickey. There are some other ones that are decent, so like Rescue Ranger Dale, the Charm version, and also Kabuto Goofy are also pretty good. Scheming Pete's fun, but doesn't fall into the top 100. So unfortunately, not really that many top 100 Tsums in here, but you do have Charm Rugby Mickey, which is arguably one of the best Tsums in here to earn coins in terms of its efficiency and how easy it is to use. Charm Rugby Mickey doesn't really require a lot of skills. You just activate the ability and it clears a bunch of Tsums and earns a lot of coins, and each gameplay goes by relatively quickly, so it earns you a lot of coins. So that's why a lot of people like Charm Rugby Mickey, and it is one of the more popular Tsums you definitely don't want to miss out. Now if you are looking for a Tsum that's good for mission, then you want to think about getting Charm Rescue Ranger Dale, who is also a good bubble maker. And then Scheming Pete is good for combo missions, and then Lovely Clarice is going to be a good big Tsum maker. So those are going to be your mission Tsums if you are trying to get a Tsum that's good for missions. So those are going to be our selection box options. So now we'll cover the pickup capsules. And generally pickup capsules are not necessarily super exciting, but we'll take a look at the 6 Tsums that are going to be available first in this first pickup capsule. So this pickup capsule will have 2 copies of Parade Snow White, 2 copies of Brave Goofy, 2 copies of Fred, 3 copies of Fix-It Felix Jr., 3 copies of Mrs. Incredible, and 3 copies of Peter Pan. Now if you'll notice that Peter Pan as well as Mrs. Incredible are not limited Tsums, which means that they are in the premium box, so you can get them later on if you miss out on this pickup capsule. But the other 4 are limited, and unfortunately they're not great coin earners, so you're really going to be getting this pickup capsule for the last prize, which is that skill ticket. But there are 2 Tsums in here that are good for missions, and that's going to be Parade Snow White, that's good for bubble missions, and then Fix It Felix Jr. is good for long chain missions. The other 4 really not great for coins, not great for missions. You can skip on those 4. But like I said, if you have the coin saved up, Essentially you need 450,000 coins saved up to clear the pickup capsule, which means to get all 15 of the Tsums to get that last prize. And every single time I would say it's worth it, but in this case, if you don't have a lot of coins saved up and you don't have Rugby Mickey maxed out yet, then you might want to try to get a copy of Rugby Mickey first before maxing out your skill tickets or getting coins to get the skill ticket, because you want at least one copy of Rugby Mickey. And then for our second and final pickup capsule, we have 2 copies of Enchanted Aurora, 2 copies of Travel Elsa, 2 copies of Dr. Hamsterville, 3 copies of Mr. Incredible, 3 copies of Prince, and 3 copies of Musketeer Goofy. Now take a look at it here. All of these Tsums are limited, so which means that they will go away and you won't be able to get any of these Tsums unless they come back in the pickup capsule or in the selection boxes. So try to get them if you can, but again, pickup capsule generally aren't that great. But in this case, Travel Elsa is a decent coin earner and it is in the top 100. So if you want a good coin earner, or at least in the top 100, Travel Elsa is a good option. But in terms of missions, you'll want to get Prince for long chain missions. The other 4 you could probably skip. I personally don't have Musketeer Goofy maxed out yet, so I am going to invest in this second pickup capsule. But if you don't have 450,000 coins saved up and you don't need that skill ticket, you could probably skip on this second pickup capsule. So that's everything you need to know for the month of January. Here's a quick snapshot of all of the Tsums that are going to be available for the month of January. I also noted that there are going to be the item sales and also the heart sales, and the dates are listed down below on the left hand side. Sorry that the arrangement of these Tsums are not necessarily lined up. I was kind of having difficulty trying to line them all up in a nice pattern and not the text overlapping each other. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below which Tsums you are excited about and which one you really want to get. I'm personally excited about Brave Minnie, as well as Mage Clarice and Archer Daisy. I'm really excited about these Tsum Tsum Adventure Tsums. If they are as good as the Adventure Tsums from the first series, they're going to be pretty good. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below which Tsums you are trying to get, and also let me know what you're trying to achieve in the year 2025. I'm really interested in hearing from you guys, so please let me know in the comments down below. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you'd like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.